Are we broadcasting? We're broadcasting. I'm being told we're broadcasting. Folks, lovely to be with you again this evening on the World Wide Web, the information superhighway. I'm joined as always by Ben Chenzi on the doohickeys over there, and downstairs we have Lil Thomas making everything sound good, and he's our humble host here at the Sonic Temple. And of course, executive producer Ryan Santangelo, who just now forgot to bring up the two things I asked him for. He's already proven ill-equipped for the modest task at hand. Anyway, all I know is it's Saturday night. You're all dressed up in blue. I've been watching you a while. Maybe you've been watching me too. So somebody ran out, left somebody's heart in a mess. Well, if you're up and ready for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Some girls, they want a handsome Dan, or some good-looking Joe. On their arms, some girls like a sweet-talking Romeo. Well, around here, baby, I learned you get what you can get. Well, if you're looking for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Well, the road is dark. It's a thin, thin line. And I want you to know I'll walk it for you anytime. Maybe your other boyfriend couldn't pass the test. If you're up and ready for love, honey, I'm tougher than the rest. Well, it ain't no secret, I've been around a time or two. Well, I don't know, baby, maybe you've been around too. Well, there's another dance. All you gotta do is say yes. Well, Hey, that's all right. Just off camera, the first line of that song, of course, is it's Saturday night. You're all dressed up in blue. You can't see him, but our darling executive producer, Ryan St. Angelo, is indeed this evening all dressed up in blue. So,
Dal says, yay, daddy.
Dahlia, my little girl's on the YouTube.
Yep.
What fun. She took my little girl, she's way smarter than I am, and nobody likes to take the piss out of me more than my own children. I've come to find out as they've gotten older. My boy's 9, my daughter's 7, and they don't think I'm cool, no matter how frequently I remind them that the readers of the Coast magazine here in Halifax voted me the best solo artist in town. My kids don't care about that at all. So the very fact that she's watching me, she's taking a break from watching Taylor Swift videos on YouTube is stunning, and I'm so glad my little girl's watching. Hi, Dal. I wonder. Where's that? Oh, how do I play that? I'll try this, Dahlia. There she goes, there she goes again, racing through my brains, and I just can't explain this feeling that remains. There she goes again, tossing through my head. I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes again. When she calls my name, I remain. No one else could feel the same, and I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes again. She calls my name, calls my name. No one else could do the same. I just can't contain this feeling that remains. There she goes, there she goes, there she That's my little girl's favorite song. I love you too, Dahlia. Have a good hang with your mama. I hope I didn't butcher it, babe. All right, I put the word out earlier on the Instagram website that I was soliciting requests, with the caveat or the disclaimer being that I would not necessarily honor them. It's kind of like that Seinfeld bit, you know, at the rental car place. I can take requests, but sometimes I can't do the hard part, which is to honor them. In any event, I did see this one fly across my cellular telephone earlier, and it's one of my favorite songs. In 2004, I heard I was at King of Donair here in Halifax, up at Pizza Corner. And as I was sitting in there eating a hunk of wheel, the song came on the radio, and it blew my mind. I loved it. I loved the song, and just before you could just push a button on your phone and your phone would tell you what the song was. All I could sort of remember when I left there was a couple of the words, and I went home on the internet and I typed what I thought the words were into a search thing, and it didn't yield many results, but I saw it. Eventually, I came across this fellow named Matt Mays, and it turned out that the song was in fact his. It was called "City of Lakes," and it. I mean, sitting in that pizza shop, it changed the trajectory of my entire life without me knowing it at the time. But a few, very shortly after I heard that song in the pizza shop, I went to the Music World in Sunnyside Mall, and I bought Maddie's first compact disc, and I very quickly fell in love with all of his work. And anyway, in 2004, I was a student at St. Mary's University for approximately 3 hours, and a few weeks into September, I think my friend Daniel and we hopped on a Acadian Lines bus and went to visit my friend Michael up in Fredericton at UNB, and I just purchased this compact disc and I listened to it the entire way up there, and the rest is history. But all that to say, somebody asked me to play this song, and normally I'd get my backup, but I do. I love this song, and I play it often at my little piano gigs around Halifax. It's called Downtown, and it's by my big brother Matty Mays. And if he's watching, he's probably shuddering. But he knows in his heart this is a great song. Babe, it seems like so long since you heard your favorite song playing downtown, playing downtown. You know, it seems like a while since the country's been in style. Now I'm downtown, now I'm downtown. I never really understood why I'm here in the city. you're in them fields walking around. Well, I've been seeing too much trouble here and I in it for you. I've been standing here for days and days and days, searching for some kind of change in my ways, but I've had no luck to speak of. Take a trip out of the heart, baby, where the trains and the troubles start, maybe. If you're downtown, if you're downtown, I never really understood why I'm here in the city when you're in them fields walking around. Well, I've been seeing too much trouble here and I in it for you. Well, I've been seeing too much trouble here and I in it for you. So long, so long, so long. There it is. I miss you, Maddie, and I love you dearly. What's up over there, Ryan? What's the buzz?
All positive.
Are they tuning out en masse?
No.
Great.
Matt's there, and
Matt's there. Matt's in the chat.
and judging by his emojis, he's crying
Oh, that's my man.
because someone said, "Play the Cocaine Cowboys."
It
It was me. I said it.
it was, yeah, right. Matt's I won't get into that, but I will say this: it's funny when you're out somewhere with Matt, and there's somebody who like it's evident they kind of half know who he is, and for whatever reason they want to embellish how well they know his work, and the giveaway is always, oh, buddy, I love that Cocaine Cowboy song. And and the other one is, oh, I love that On the Car song, boy. I loves that On the Car. Anyway, God damn it, we laugh. I miss sitting in a van with him and the rest of the gang and just laughing about shit like that so terribly. Anyway, welcome to the chat, Matt. So executive producer Ryan Santangelo here, his handle on Twitter is at 123Shinsky. Go ahead, give him a follow. But you may ask yourself, what on earth does Shinsky mean? And I may have explained this before on previous episodes of this program, but Ryan, sometime maybe when we were in high school, perhaps afterwards, shortly thereafter, when he discovered the Shins, he decided that he was going to christen himself Shinsky. In my experience, normally it's sort of like a collective understanding that a group of friends come to when they give a nickname to somebody, you know. But in Ryan's case here, he just insisted so with so much fervor that eventually some of us we just acquiesced, you know. We just let him have it. He won't shut the fuck up unless we start calling him Shinsky, because he loves that band so very much. So anyway, I'm not. No, you're not, Ryan. You're a lovely man. I love you dearly. I play this for him tonight, but also because again, there was oddly a couple of requests for this song on the old Instagram website earlier, so I'll give it a whirl. I often forget how it goes. Luckily, I have Shinsky here to help me through the the finer points of this one. Gold teeth and a curse for this town are all in my mouth. Only I don't know how they got out, dear. Turn me back into the pet I was when we met. I was happier than with no mindset. And if you took to me like a gold takes to the wind, then I would jump from my tree and I would dance like the king of the ice. So the rest of our lives would have fared well. New slang when you notice the stripes, the dirt in your fries. Hope it's right when you die, old and lonely. Dawn breaks like a bull through the hall. Never should have called, but my head's to the wall and I'm lonely. And if you took to me like a gold takes to the wind, and I would jump from my tree and I would dance like the king of the ice. So the rest of our lives would have fared well. Godspeed, all the bakers at dawn. May they all cut their thumbs and bleed into the gums till they melt away. I'm looking in on a good life I might be doomed never to find without a jump. Raining fields of mine, too dumb to refine. And if you took to me like I'd dance like the king of the ice, so the rest of our lives would have fared well. It wasn't bad.
Great.
Well, it was great. It says Shinsky. That's all the. That's all I need. It's good enough for him. It's good enough for me. The only reason I could get through it is because he was like mouthing the lyrics over there by himself, and so I could keep up with him there. Oh yeah. So this is another one that another request that I found interesting. I played around Halifax. I'm really fortunate that when I'm not on the road, which is an awful lot these days, I got a bar that has employed me for many years to play their piano, and they pay me well, they feed me well, and they they fill in the gaps when I'm not working so much. And place is called the Barrington Steakhouse here on Barrington Street in Halifax. It's run by a group of folks from Charlottetown, Prince Edward Island, the Murphy Hospitality Group, who have been so good to me over the years. I can't even tell you. And I've tried to find the words to thank them over the years, and I've never really been able to. But I love them all very dearly, and they've been very patient and kind to me over the years. In any event, I play this song from time to time at their piano bar, and somebody asked me to play it, and I'm happy to do it. I guess, shortly after I discovered the music of Matt Mays, I very quickly came to learn of another homegrown Nova Scotia talent by the name of Joel Plaskett. And the Joel Plaskett Emergency, around this time, they just put out the record Truthfully, and then shortly thereafter, he put out a solo record called La Di Da, and I can remember driving around listening to this over and over and over again. Joel's brilliant, and I'm lucky to have played on a few of his songs over the years. I consider him a friend. I think he's brilliant and strange and a lovely guy that is very thoughtful with his advice and his time for guys a few years his junior. And anyway, this is one of my favorite Joel Plaskett numbers, and it just it reeks of Halifax. It's one of those things that just you can drop yourself right into the Marquee Club in 2002, and that's a real talent to be able to transport somebody into a place through song. I admire that about Joel big time. Anyway, I know he's not in the chat. I think Joel has a typewriter, and that's about the extent of his technological prowess. But boy, howdy, he knows his way around a recording studio, I'll tell you that. But he's not a big YouTube guy, I don't imagine. He's probably not a big Adam Baldwin guy, generally speaking. Anyhow, here goes Nutting. As dusk is on, the shadows fall, the sun is laid to rest. At night this city, it comes to life as the night dies in the west. And here where we stand, there's some local band sending circles round the clock. With smoke so thick you need a lighthouse, so loud I can't hear myself talk. Now someone whispered in my ear, it's not like it was before. I don't know what happened here, I guess we just got bored. The good old days, well I suppose I'm glad they're behind us now. The only thing worse than growing up is never quite learning how. And late at night we toss and we turn, we lay awake till dawn. We close our eyes as the sun comes up and we're gone. That's a Joel Plaskett number for you. A lot of covers for you tonight here, folks. Oh, my grandma's watching. Hi, Gram. My darling Gram just got out of the hospital the other day. She had a bit of an accident just before Christmas, and of course, with the way all this COVID bullshit has been, I'm sure it was a long, hard slog for you in there, Graham, but I'm so glad you're home and in good company. And it seems to me that the I was sent a bunch of pictures the day she got home. She had Christmas when she got home, and it was just like a photograph of her holding a photograph of the two of us. And I want to make it abundantly clear that I didn't give her a picture of myself and her for Christmas. Somebody else did. But then in the next picture I got, she was holding all my records. And I felt like I don't know. I wouldn't want that to be my Christmas presents. But in any event, Grandma Jay, I'm so glad you're home and you're healthy, and I love you dearly, and I miss you, and I can't wait to see you at another show. My darling Graham, she last time I saw her was in Antigonish, and she came out to one of my silly little shows and sat right in the front, and I was so happy to have her there. And then as she was on her way out, she asked if she could come again on to the same place to see the same show 2 days later, and of course I was happy to oblige. But anyway, it's there's no bigger fan than your grandma. I don't imagine. What do I got here? Try to keep this brief, but I was really excited a handful of months ago. Neptune Theater, which is a theater up the road from where I am right now, they had a production on the go. It was an adaptation of Alice in Wonderland, I believe. It was sort of adapted by a local playwright named Jeremy Webb, who's a sort of a legend around these parts. And I was thrilled when I got an email asking if they could perform a song of mine in the production, and I was happy. I was happy to oblige. I was honored, truthfully, and anyway, I had high hopes of going to see the show and see how this song I wrote fit into Alice in Wonderland, but unfortunately, when things sort of the numbers started skyrocketing, they had to shut down the last couple weeks of their scheduled shows, and so I missed it, and I'm really bummed about it. But I did. It was cool to get messages from people who went to that show, and they would hear my silly little song about being an insane person, and I was really honored and touched that they included it in their show. So anyway, this again by request from somebody. This song's called "Half a Mind." And typically, I forget the words to the first verse, and so this may require a quick reset. We'll see how it goes this evening. I can put it to you this way, I'm a cliche, I'm the picture of just what you wanted someday, but I'm a deadbeat, I'm the culprit, you ain't the only one who's ever gonna fall for it, and I got problems in my psyche, I'm a live wire, that's what you've asked of me, I'm being agonized, thought I had to be being crucified, was told I had to bleed, and I spent half the night just crying out in vain. But I've got half a mind to slowly go insane. There's no easy way to say it, I'm a half-wit, I talk in circles, you might think I got a grasp of it, but I'm a madman, I'm in distress, I'm right in front of you, would you kindly put an end to this, and I'm in shambles, I'm a Tommy gun, I speak in rambles, like it's my native tongue, am I a lost cause? Am I a tragedy? Am I too far flung up here in zero gravity? And I spent half the night just burning up in flames. But I've got half a mind to slowly go insane. I spend half my night just burning up in flames. I've got half a mind to slowly go insane. Let me go insane. Let me go insane. Let me go insane. Let me go insane. Thank you. How we doing, Ryan? Are you involved in the stream at all, or are you watching football to see if you made any money on Pro Line this evening? What's on the go over there?
A little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Right. He just held up his tiny little cell phone, which has the broadcast this evening on it, despite the fact that he's got a gigantic iPad that he told me he was bringing because he couldn't see the show properly last week on his cell phone. Well, boy, howdy. Can I ever smell the bullshit a mile away? I love him so dearly, but boy, he's transparent. I can tell you that. Oh, Mike Naharnik. I like him enough.
Called out.
It's for my dear, Jesus, can I, this is for my friend Mike Naharnik, who I believe is on a lovely romantic getaway in some cottage on a lake. Just by himself. Just kidding. He's not. He's requested this, and so we'll call a little audible here. Anybody who's ever endeavored to make a dime in this line of work, playing music, this song is specific to me a little bit. The names and the settings are from my life, but man, I think everybody that ever gave this a shot has sort of lived through something like this. So it's called Highest of Hopes. Where to begin? Maybe when I was 16 and I was half the man that my daddy had been. So I bought a guitar, drove around in my mama's old car, and I dreamed of being a rock and roll star. We had the highest of hopes. We got the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. I gotta play downtown. I got a show with the Glory Hound. We get $60 just for fucking around. There was nobody there. Began to think that nobody cared, so we drank and drank till the fridges were bare. We had the highest of hopes. We had the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. Now a few years ahead, I'll make some money in a rock and roll band, but we drank and drug till we nearly went dead. I fall in love every night. Yesterday we're all cast aside, but we go on pretending like everything is right. We had the highest of hopes. We got the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. We are the highest of homes. We got the highest of homes, but our backs on the ropes. Now if you, no wait, I'm 25 years old. I left my wife and my son back at home. I blew the smoke out of Toronto. We had the highest of homes. We had the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. We got the highest of hopes, but our backs on the ropes. We got the highest of hopes. Thank you kindly. What fun. Okay. Thank you, Ryan. Do one more here and take our union mandated break. It's not up to me. I have to do it. I'm a union man through and through. I'm not. There's never been a more, and I don't care who hears this, there's never been a more feckless union than the AF of M. And the broadcast just crashed. I guess around this time last year, my management, they're some of the smartest people I know. They know this, you know. I like to think, and this sounds pretentious, but I make art. You know, I don't make a commodity. I like to think I make art, and then I let somebody else make a career out of commoditizing it and making me a living. And it's how I've survived thus far, up to 35 and a half years old. But because I was between records, I had songs written, but we weren't yet ready to put them out into the world. They said, "Why don't you record some of the songs that you play at the piano bar when you're out playing?" And I said, "Yeah, okay, fine." But once it came time to do it, I just didn't want to do it. All I wanted to do was work on my own record, my own songs. But they pushed and they pushed gently and politely, and I kicked up a hell of a stink about it. But at one point, my manager Louis, he said, "You should try this song out. I think you do a good job of it." And I knew it sort of, but I remember being so pissed off at him and Melanie. I was in my basement recording the vocal for it, and I was angry because I didn't want to be doing this. But when I finished it and I listened back, I was like, "Geez, kind of." You know, I scarcely ever tap myself on the back, but I was like, "God damn, that was a good vocal take," and I think it was the anger. Yeah. So. As usual, Louis and Mel, they were right. And anyway, this is a Fleetwood Mac song, sung by Christine McVie. Who, look, I love Stevie Nicks as much as the next person, but McVie, she's I love her voice so much, and I endeavored to do this song justice. It's called Songbird. for you. There'll be no more crying for you. The sun will be shining, and I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. You know it's right. To you, I'll give the world. To you, I will never be cold. And I feel that when I'm with you, it's alright. You know it's right. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And I wish you all the love in the world, but most of all, I wish it for myself. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. And the songbirds are singing like they know the score. And I love you, I love you, I love you like never before. Like never before. Like never before. Like never before. Not so bad. We'll see you shortly. 10 minutes. Hey, Ben, set the timer for 10 minutes. Thank y'all for hanging out. We'll see you in a second. driving in the car, and News 95.7 switches over to sports talk radio in the afternoon. We're on, aren't we? Okay, I'll finish this story later. But those sports talk radio shows are just so obnoxious. The intros to them, it's just like this weird like laser music, and then there's just a guy that goes sports. Makes me so uncomfortable. Sports.
Welcome back to Eddie and the Boner.
Yeah, sports. And it's just like, I don't know where they find these guys, but they have the thickest Ontario accents you've ever heard. And they just talk about hockey for hours on end. Anyway, listen, the NHL is no place. It's not the place for amateurs. Anyway, I'm so sorry. We're broadcasting, and I don't need to go on about the state of talk radio in Halifax. That said, I listen to an awful lot of News 95.7, and I don't want to listen to guys talk about hockey all afternoon anymore. So if anybody from the Rogers conglomerate happens to be listening today, can you please put some local programming on our news talk radio station again in the afternoons, for heaven's sakes. I was asked not to complain this evening, and here I am. There's bigger fish to fry. Actually, while I'm at it, last night, we got a storm here in Halifax last night, a bit of a snowstorm. I'm not even going to begin to start complaining about the lackluster snow removal here. That's for another time and another place. But Jesse and I, my partner and I, we decided to come stay in a hotel in Halifax with our kids. And go for a swim in the hotel pool and have fun. And we didn't risk losing electricity. But in any event, this has long been on my mind, and it just today I think I'm just so frustrated with everything that this really got me. I was standing in my underwear. In my hotel room this morning, and housekeeping just rolled in at like 9:30 a.m. They just popped the door open, and they apologized profusely. I felt worse for them than I did for myself, because they had to lay eyes on something not terribly pleasant. But man, hotels, you got to come up with a new way to hang the little thing on the doorknob that says "Do Not Disturb," because those goddamn things, every time you turn the handle, they fall straight off. It's 2022, and they put a pig heart into a human being the other day, but we can't figure out how to get housekeeping to stay out of our hotel rooms. Those little things that hang on the doorknob, they are not cutting the mustard. So let's figure out this COVID business, and then let's put our best minds on figuring out how to alert housekeeping that we're not quite ready for them to barge in quite yet, Just my 2 cents. That's what you all came here for, I'm sure. Yeah, the best minds. Okay, I'm sorry about that. What was that? We're 5 minutes in now. No music, just amateur hour here. I do want to address all the requests for the DuckTales theme song. I feel like, first of all, I don't know that song. I mean, I remember it, but I don't know how to play it, and I am wondering if what you mean is the Looney Tunes theme song, which I did play last week. So I'm just gonna go ahead and assume that that's what you're talking about, and here it goes. And then it's gonna go straight into a song that my little sister Stephanie requested. DuckTales. Overture, curtains, lights. This is it, the night of nights. No more rehearsing or nursing the part. We know every part by heart. Overture, curtains, lights. This is it, the night of nights. And know what heights we'll hit. On with the show. This is it. Did that appease the DuckTales folks? No. Shit. Well, here comes Johnny singing old days, gold days. Babaloo, baby, what I say. Here comes Johnny saying, I got a woman while he's down in the tunnel, trying to make it play. He got the action and he got devotion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication, devotion, he's turning all the nighttime into the day. Does a song about a sweet loving woman. Does a song about the night. Yeah, we do the walk. Do the walk of life. Yeah, we do the walk of life. But here comes Johnny, gonna tell you a story. Hand me down those walking shoes. Here comes Johnny with the power and the glory, the backbeat, the talking blues. He got the action and he got devotion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication, devotion, he's turning all the nighttime into the day. Does a song about a sweet loving woman. Does a song about the night. Yeah, we do the walk. Do the walk of life. Yeah, we do the walk of life. Here comes Johnny, gonna tell you a story. Hand me down those walking shoes. Here comes Johnny with the power and the glory, the backbeat, the talking blues. He got the action and he got devotion. Oh yeah, the boy can play. Dedication, devotion, he's turning all the nighttime into the day. And after all the violence and the double talk, it's just a song in all his trouble and his strife. Yeah, we do the walk. We do the walk of life. Yeah, we do the walk of life. when I was a baby, and I'd wake up in the middle of the night crying. My old man used to take me down into the basement of our house on Gorok Avenue in Dartmouth and put that record on, the Brothers in Arms record, and he put that song on, and it would knock me unconscious every time. To this day, one of my favorite songs is like tattooed on my psyche. By request, again, there's a couple requests, a couple folks asked for this one, but my favorite was somebody just wrote the one about the guy who wrote Daisy on his arm, and yeah, here goes. This is called The Ballad of a Burning Man. If my heart were made of glass, it would have broken fast. Were you around? I wish I did not love you past the prairies flat and barren towns. I wrote your name across my arm, so in the dark I could hate you more. But every night it fades away as if to take me back to before. And I don't have any money for your late night call. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. The toughest pill I swallow is you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. So this discontent my face lamenting, covered by a painted mask. Please just go and disappear away from here, that's all I'll ask. 'Cause I don't have any money for your late night call. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. The toughest pill I swallow is you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. And if my heart were made of stone, I would leave you alone as fast as a shot. Your love is like a bullet, it's cold and solid and without a thought. And I don't have any money for your late night call. I don't have any answers, but I know that you got them all. So Daisy, won't you pick it up? I'm on the dark side of the phone. And you and I, we were better, but you don't love me anymore. You don't love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore. She don't love me, love me, love me anymore, anymore, anymore. Thank you. Dave Sampson. Yeah, no, sorry, Dave. I could try, but it wouldn't go well, and I feel like I'm just barely treading water here anyway. She's a rich girl. No, not even. I'm not gonna go there. It'll end in disaster. It'll end in tragedy. Instead of that, how about instead of Paul Simon, one of the greatest voices and songwriters and entertainers of our time? How about this, Dave? I'll make you a deal. I'll play Counting Crows instead. Essentially the same thing. Am I right, Ryan?
Yes.
As influential, and well, that's arguable. I think the argument could be made that Paul Simon is much more celebrated than Counting Crows, but I'm not sure that's fair. So I don't know why this song's been hitting me hard of late. I think just because we are, you know, I remember the outset of this whole goddamn thing. You know, initially it was like, you know, 2 weeks, and then we'll move on with our lives, and we're now almost 2 years into it, and we're still blocking shit down, and you know, I'm not here to argue the finer points of public health policy at all, because I don't know anything. I'm hardly a piano player, and I'm barely a songwriter. What I do know is that I'm not a doctor and I'm not a scientist, so you know, nobody should give a shit what I have to say about it. But all that to say, it's just this has been a long ass thing, and it's been hard for many reasons. And I remember one of the darkest times in my life. My partner Jessie had left me, and as she should have. And I was in a really bad way. I just wasn't in good shape. And I remember I started going to 12-step meetings for a little while, and I learned a lot there. But all that to say, you know, one of the things about those meetings is that you sort of have to find a higher power or a God of your understanding, and that was the problem I had with that program, and I couldn't. I never did. But I remember, you know, I could call it a prayer. I would. It was like a mantra, and I don't know. I was driving around one day, and this song came on the radio, and I hadn't heard it in many years. But it was the line, you know, it's been a long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. And I used to just say that in my head over and over and over and over again, and it got me out of it got me out of the worst of it, you know. And I don't know. I love this song, and I think it's a timeless thing, and it's funny that I don't know. It's just sort of funny to me that this is like this is now like a classic. This is like a classic rock number now, and I remember when it came out. Anyway. A long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. I can't remember the last thing that you said as you were leaving, and the days go by so fast. And it's one more day up in the canyon, and it's one more night in Hollywood. You think that I should go to California? I wish you would. The smell of hospitals in winter, and the feeling that it's all a lot of oysters but no pearls. And all at once she looked across the crowded room to see the way the light attaches to a girl. And it's one more day up in the canyon, and it's one more night in Hollywood. If you think that I could be forgiven, I wish you would. Drove up to Hillside, met her sometime after 2 a.m. to talk a little while about the years. It seems that winter makes you laugh a little lower, makes you talk a little slower about the things you could not show her. And it's been a long December, and there's reason to believe maybe this year will be better than the last. I can't remember all the times I tried to tell myself to hold on to these moments as they pass. And it's one more day up in the canyon, and it's one more night in Hollywood. And it's been so long since I've seen the ocean. I think you should. I think you should. Na 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 na, yeah. Na 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 na, yeah. I almost had it. You get the idea. It's been a long goddamn December since March of 2020. It felt cold and endless, and every time I leave the house, I feel like streets haven't been plowed properly, or the government isn't paying any attention to the housing crisis around here. And it's been a brutal goddamn couple years, and I don't know, if this one big thing would fuck off, and then we could focus on all the other perils in society right now, and I can't wait to I don't know, get down to brass tacks, I guess. How's everyone? Is everyone all right? Send Ryan emojis describing in 2 emojis or 3 emojis or less how we're all feeling at this moment. And while you're at it, why don't you tell them where you're watching and listening from? I'd love to know where on earth we're being consumed at the moment. I was gonna go play guitar, but I don't think I'm interested in it. I think I'm gonna sit here at this beautiful Heinzman grand piano for the rest of the evening, if it's all the same to you folks. And anybody who has a problem with that, I'm not going to hear about it anyway. So that said, I think. No, I don't remember who requested this one, but. I wrote this many years ago and recorded it in Toronto with a fellow named Liam O'Neill. Produced the song that wound up on the record, and a fellow named Brian Murphy played bass on it. Josh Traeger is a marvelous drummer, played drums on it, and Aaron Goldstein played pedal steel on it. But most touching to me was that I had an opportunity to get not to diminish the contributions of the other fellas, but I while I was up there recording the record, I wound up at a bar with Pete and Leia of July Talk fame, and I asked Leia if she would come sing a couple songs on my record, and she was kind enough to oblige, and this is one of them. And Leia's like one of the best like rock and roll front people I've ever seen, and she can sing her guts out in the confines of that band. But I'm just not sure that her like the beautiful sound of her voice has really been exposed properly. She has a gorgeous singing voice, and it was a pleasure to have her in to sing on this song and another one. And I miss her. I miss Pete. I miss all those guys. They're good pals of mine. I'm very fortunate to have to be able to call them friends. And anyway, what do the kids call that? A humble brag. I'm not sorry. Ryan's paying no attention. He's full on immersed in a football game, I think. No, he's not. Who won the football game, by the way? Who cares? Who gives a shit? Those guys, I don't understand the obsession with that sport. It's just barbaric. I prefer professional wrestling myself. From the 90s. Not the modern day pro wrestling, where nobody draws blood and nobody takes a steel chair to the face. But that football, my goodness, it's too much. Anyway, sorry, I digress. A song called Sparrow Song. I wrote it on Lawrence Street about 11 years ago. Her tears fell and I watched them all like a cloud trail from a train I got on. I watched them dance down her bottom lip, and I picked them up with my fingertips. In the days after the cut, oh, you said that you'd found someone. With my crying, calling your hand, you just turned to some other man. But, oh babe, where we could have gone across the sky like a sparrow's song. Well, I fell down, you said you had enough. Oh babe, where we could have gone. Now I wait for the time between you lying down in a quiet dream, just to read what you could not say, 'cause you think that you're better that way. But honey, oh babe, where we could have gone across the sky like a sparrow's song. Well, I fell down, you said you had enough. Oh babe, where we could have gone. Does he know that you feel that way? It ain't gone and you've just turned your back away. Does he know that he can't be enough to make you fall even half into love? But oh babe, where we could have gone across the sky like a sparrow's song. Well, I fell down, you said you had enough. Oh babe, where we could have gone. Oh babe, where we could have gone across the sky like a sparrow's song. Well, I fell down, you said you should have jumped. Oh babe, where we could have gone. What I could have done is what I should have done, and what I should have done is what I would have done, and what I would have done is what I could have done, and what I would have done, I should have done, I could have done. Yeah, thank you. I forget who asked for that one. Maybe I made it up in my head, but there it is. What do you got there? What are they saying? What are the masses screaming out, Ryan?
Lots of love for Bret Hart.
Lots of love for Bret Hart, Ryan says. Well, that's good. That's great. He's the best there is. And look, I would argue he was the best there was, and I think there's a case to be made for the fact that he's the best there ever will be.
Also, some more requests for Bruce.
More requests for Bruce. Hornsby? I should learn some Bruce Hornsby. Okay.
And of course, Lighthouse.
Yeah, you know what? Anybody that's been waiting around to hear the Lighthouse and Little Lorraine, I just don't think I'm going to play that tonight. So if you want to go do something else, I think I played it last week. Pardon me. I feel like I'm dangerously close to overexposing that song, and so, oh my goodness gracious. I don't know. I got a couple of my own songs coming up, but Little Lorraine's not going to be one of them this evening. Maybe further down the line. And truthfully, I don't know. I don't expect to. I should say this. I don't think we're doing this again in the foreseeable future. So now's as good a time as any to thank everybody who messaged me initially asking me to do this whole thing again. I don't know. I felt like, you know, we did a good thing. You know, initially, the first run of it, and then the second little run we did. I felt really good about it, and then I kind of thought that it was behind us, I guess, and maybe that's a big part of the problem why we're still dealing with all this, is because we tend to get a little ahead of ourselves. But in any event, it meant a lot to me to receive so many messages from people just asking me to come play on YouTube again. It was a really friendly reminder that all of us here at the Sonic Temple and my management and most importantly you folks who were watching every week, it was a really great reminder of all the good things that we've done over the last year and a half or 2 years. And so I was happy to do it last week and happy to do it again this week, but I don't know if it's in the cards too much longer. In any event, thank you very much for the support for this thing. It means a lot to me. It's not lost on me how what this has meant to some folks, and it's meant the world to me that that anybody would put a silly show like this up on their iPad or their TV or whatever the hell, and hang out with me on a Saturday night. It's been an honor. Yeah, this is for the Tom Petty enthusiasts out there. Well, I started out down a dirty road, and I started out, I was all alone. As the sun went down, as I crossed the hill, and the town lit up, world got still. Well, I'm learning to fly, and I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Well, the good old days may not return, and the rocks might melt, and the sea may burn. but I'm learning to fly, and I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Some say life is gonna beat you down, yeah, and it'll break your heart, it'll steal your crown. And I started out from God knows where. Oh, and I guess I'll know when I get there. 'Cause I'm learning to fly, and I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. Yeah, I'm learning to fly around the clouds. What goes up, well, it must come down. I'm learning to fly, and I ain't got wings. Coming down is the hardest thing. That's the best song ever. I don't know how he did that. It's just so beautiful in its simplicity. Yeah, best song ever. I'm gonna follow it up with this. Yeah, correct. Yeah, nobody would argue this is the best song ever, but a great song nonetheless. I think I tried to. It's funny because we would call it like it was season 1. This is how stupid I am and how egomaniacal I am. There was season 1 of the cross country chin up, and then things opened up a bit, and then they locked down again, and it was season 2. The season premiere of season 2 of cross country chin up. I did that. I called them seasons. That's ridiculous. There's people that slave their whole life to make actual television programs and make seasons of television. And then I roll in here and I'm like, oh, you're season 2. And I bang away on a piano and drink Blue Lobster and joke around with my friend Ryan and annoy Ben and frustrate Lil downstairs. And I call it a season of television. That's ludicrous. Anyway, so I can't even remember where I was going with that point, but I'll just shut up and play the song at this point, I think.
The song speaks for itself.
It does, it truly does. Here's a song that, oh yeah, I know what I was going to say. During season 2 of the cross country chin up, every time I tried to play this, the goddamn internet would quit. In whatever building I could have been playing inside of Bell's headquarters, and the whole thing would go to shit. Remember, Ben? We were out the first time was at the surf shop, And I was like, okay, fair enough. We are in Lawrencetown. So, okay, fair enough. But I was playing this song. And then I feel like the next time we did it was up here. And I started to play this goddamn song and everything went to hell. So, this could very well be the last song of the evening if history repeats itself. And of all the goddamn songs, it's a Backstreet Boys song. That that I really love. And I love to sing it, and I love to play it. And if this is how this whole series of goddamn pandemic shows ends, and then I'll be proud. I'll be proud to have it end on this note. That said, if the internet doesn't give out, I'll play another couple. Yeah. It's a Backstreet Boys song. It's really fun to play it with like a straight face and play it in all really earnest. Although loneliness has always been a friend of mine, I'm leaving my life in your hands. People say I'm crazy and that I am blind, risking it all at a glance. How you got me blind is still a mystery. I can't get you out of my head. I don't care what is written in your history, as long as you're here with me. I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me, baby. Now every little thing that you have said and done feels like it's deep within me. Oh, 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 it doesn't really matter if you're on the run. It feels like it's meant to be, and I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me, baby. I try to hide it so that no one knows, but I guess it shows when you look into my eyes, what you did and where you're coming from. As long as you love me, baby. I don't care who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, don't care what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me. Who you are, where you're from, as long as you love me, baby. As long as you love me, baby. As long as you love me. as long as you love me, baby. Hey, how about that? Thank y'all very much. Ryan, what time are we at here, bud?
11 on the dot.
11 on the nose? Okay.
Time for
Yeah.
you know what to do.
Thank y'all again for hanging out. Be good to each other out there. I got high hopes that in the coming days or weeks that things will start heading back to normal-ish. I've been saying that for 2 years now, but you know, kind of feels like we're turning a corner, doesn't it? It feels like we're turning a corner. So I have to tell myself that, or I'm going to burn this place to the ground. I want to thank Louis Thomas and Mel Stone for supporting this endeavor, despite the fact that it doesn't make any money. But it's, you know, we all agree it's sort of the right thing to do, and it feels good to do it. And I want to thank Ben Chenzi for hauling this big ass. You got to see this thing. It's like a 7-foot-long purple road case that probably weighs 250 pounds, and it's got television screens in it and all kinds of doohickeys that make the cameras do whatever it is they're doing. And he hauls that goddamn thing up 2 flights of stairs to make this thing look the way it looks. And it's been nice getting to know him over the course of these silly ass shows. He's a good kid and he's talented, and I appreciate his hard work. Lil Thomas, of course, downstairs, who runs this shop here, the Sonic Temple in Halifax. It's almost every note that you've ever heard on record of mine has been recorded in this room, and I love this place with my whole heart. I feel right at home in here, and I appreciate him manning the controls downstairs. And what you can't see is that there's an auto-tune machine downstairs that is working overtime. There's like smoke billowing out of it. It looks like a volcano. But Lil, he knows how to run it, and he does a fine job. So thanks, Lil. And of course, my one of my oldest, dearest friends, and look, if we're being honest, he's the least effective person in this room, but I need him here. He grounds me. He you know, otherwise I'd be talking to a brick wall, and I'd be losing my mind. I love having executive producer Ryan Santangelo here with me for all this foolishness, because he makes me feel comfortable, and he laughs at all my stupid jokes, which I feel like is an indication that you guys are laughing, which probably isn't true, but he doesn't let me know that. Anyway, what camera? Where are we at? This one? Cheers, gang. I love y'all very dearly. I mean that. And thanks for hanging out on your Saturday night with us. You say that you're leaving, well that comes as no surprise. Still I kinda like this feeling of being left behind. this ain't nothing new to me. Well, it's just like going home. It's kinda like those sunsets that leave you feeling so stoned. Hey, hey, I guess it hasn't hit me yet. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed before the streetlight, watching the snow fall on this cold December night. I never thought this could happen, but somehow the feeling's gone. Well, you got sick of the pattern, and I got lost in this song. Hey, hey, I guess it hasn't in me yet. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed before the streetlight, watching the snow fall on this cold December night. Hey, hey, I guess it hasn't in me yet. I fell through this crack and I kinda lost my head. I stand transfixed before the streetlight, watching the snow fall on this cold December night. Down in the middle of Lake Ontario, the same snow is falling on a deep side of water, and the great dark wanders into the waves of my heart, 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 of my heart. Woo-hoo. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman and the paperboy, evening TV. Well, everywhere you look, there's a face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you go, there's a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, somebody's waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you go, there's a face of somebody who needs you. And everywhere you look, there's a heart, a hand to hold on to. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, some light is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look, everywhere you look, everywhere you look. Shoo-ba-da-ba-ba-da. Peace and love, everybody. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll see y'all down the road. Peace and love. Tip your bartender.